If a doctor doesn't have a medication to cure your condition, they pretty much ignore it because what's the point discussing it with you when there's nothing they can do about it?
First thing I'm curious about is, can your body get used to being anemic?
Usually, when someone is anemic, they would have low energy and they could get dizziness. They could just feel exhausted all the time. And, our bodies can adapt to anything. And that's the beauty of our genes. People can get accustomed to being tired. This is how they get accustomed to pain. They're feeling the pain is there, they know it's there, but somehow, our minds create the hormones to numb us thinking about the pain. So, and that's how our body can cure itself. It's a form of cure if you think about it, that you're sick and it's there and it's there, but you can still function. Anemia is a very serious condition. And those of you who have your lab reports, you should pull it out and check your hemoglobin. Your hemoglobin in the CBC section of your blood report, that's the red blood cell that primarily make people anemic when it's low. When it falls below, 11 or 12, depending on the lab company, they have different ranges. But usually 11 or 12, once it falls below any of those numbers, the body is losing hemoglobin. Hemoglobin carries iron, and then iron attaches to oxygen atoms or molecules, and that's why you have low iron, thus low oxygen, thus you're anemic. You don't have enough iron because you don't have enough hemoglobin. So are three or four of the primary cause of anemia. One, ladies who have irregular menstrual and sometimes it's too heavy. And two, it could be a colon issue where the person has a colon or intestinal issue, they're losing blood. And it could be a kidney issue where people lose, there's damage to the kidney, even if it's early stage, and the kidneys are leaking blood. And then it could be a bone marrow issue. It could be a bone marrow disease that causes anemia, meaning that the bone marrow is not making enough red blood cells because there's a condition. So you need to get a diagnosis. You should send us your lab report so we could see the cause. If we don't know the cause, the root cause, we won't be able to help you. We have to know what the cause is. Otherwise, we're going to recommend 4 different categories of formulas to cover all of what I just said. So you would save money if you just send us your lab so we can help to determine what could be causing it. And that's another reason why we're having medical practice. Those of you who don't know, we're going to be able to do it virtual as well, because when doctors, and it's not their fault, believe it or not, it may sound like I'm not being honest about it, but I am. If a doctor doesn't have a medication to cure your condition, they pretty much ignore it because what's the point discussing it with you when there's nothing they can do about it? And as doctors would tell me, okay, so if I have a client and they have anemia and I can't help them because the taking iron supplements may not help. You take the iron supplements, right, folks? You take the pill, you take the liquid, you do the infusion. Well, guess what's going to happen? 2 weeks later, less than a month later, you will be anemic again because you don't have enough hemoglobin for the iron to attach to. The primary food for all life forms, humans and non-humans, the primary food is oxygen. The absence of adequate oxygen is the number one cause of all cancers and all diseases. All cancers, all diseases. The adequacy of oxygen in our bodies. So a lot of ladies who get endometrial cancer, they get uterine cancer, breast cancer, thyroid cancer, ovarian cancer. They had mass or they had lumps or nodules which had very little oxygen, very little blood circulation that went on for extended period of time, and those tissues inevitably become cancerous because of the inadequacy of oxygen So if you have inadequate blood circulation to any cell or tissue, the cell will break down. Just like just a plant. If it doesn't get adequate oxygen or food, it's going to die. So the tissues die, the organs die.
So then in this case, it would be that the body is not repairing the problem for some reason.
Right.
And by using the new species formulas you'd recommend is supporting the body to try to make this repair that it hasn't been able to do.
Right. Once we know what's causing it, we can help you target that specific area. We're going to help you rebuild your body in general, and we're going to help to purify your body in general, but we're also going to target this specific area that's causing that, where the root cause seems to be.